You want to make sure that your knees and your toes are going in the same direction. So you don't want to stand with toes going out this way or maybe one toe going in. So just look down and make sure your toes are going straight ahead, knees are going straight ahead, and then anchor down into your feet by kind of slightly rising up right through this part of your thigh, like lifting up through your quadriceps. It feels like your kneecaps are lifting up a little bit. Then you press your feet down into the ground and that lifts up your arches of your feet. So you get that sensation first, and then you work your way up right through here to the midline of the body, and pull your navel in just a little bit toward your spine. And then that kind of lifts up your chest and your rib cage. And then from there, let's all just take a nice big shoulder roll up and then set them down behind you. And when you do that, it should set your arm bones right up into the shoulder sockets, which means your thumbs are now going to go either straight ahead or slightly out to the side. All right, now from here, let's just take in a nice big deep breath and reach our arms up overhead. So inhaling up. Now as you exhale, bring your arms down. And then we're going to do it again, but this time when we come down, we're going to stop halfway. So inhale up. And now bring your arms down. As you exhale, stop halfway. We're going to stop right here, and you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades down and back towards each other behind you. Keep your feet grounded into the earth. Now think about the crown of your head. Reach the top of the head. Your crown is right here. So it's reaching up for the sky as you press your elbows down and back. All right, let's take another nice big deep breath in. Reach up. And now exhale, bring it halfway down again. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. Good. And now let's press those palms out to the side. So you're going to keep those palms as pressed out flat as you can. Pressing, and now add a little itty bitty shoulder circle. So we're just circling those arms. You can start forward or back. We're going to go both directions. So we're going to just warm up right through those shoulder muscles that support the arm bone right in the shoulder socket. All right, now take those circles a little bigger and a little bigger. All right, let's do a couple really big ones right here. And then come back up to the top right here. Press those palms out again, get them nice and activated, and now circle the other direction. So if you were going forward, now you're going to go backwards or vice versa. Whichever direction you did before, reverse it this time. And then let's make those a little bigger, and a couple really big ones. All right, one more. Good. All right, let's go ahead and shake those arms out. And then we're just going to take our feet a little wider than the hips, and you're going to just tap your weight from side to side. So you're just pointing the toe, shifting the weight. And you can gradually start to make this a little bit bigger just by bending through the knees and then pushing off just a little bit, and gradually getting things warmed up. So now let's go ahead and add the shoulder roll, alternating arms, just bring it up and around, getting things kind of loosened up and warmed up for the day. So 5 more, 4, 3, 2. Now let's add the elbow into this. So you're just pulling that elbow up and back. And we'll go for 4 more, 4, 3, 2. Now if you're ready for this, do your arm circle. If it bothers your shoulder, just keep it down at the elbow level. And go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's shake those arms out. And we're going to go ahead and find our wall. So go ahead and go over to your wall. And we're going to get our posture nice and firmed up. So we're activating through our abdominal muscles. So set your back on the wall. Knees can be bent. The deeper you go into the wall, like let's say you want to get a little bit of more exercise through your legs, you would take your feet further from the wall, bend your knees a little more. The key is you don't let your knees pass out past mid-foot. So if you're trying to do a wall squat and your feet are way back here, that's not good for the knees. You would have to step it out further. All right, so those of you that want to be out further, take it down here. You're going to be exercising and strengthening through your quads. Those of you that aren't ready for that, you just keep your legs fairly straight with a little bend in your knees and press your low back into the wall. So pressing that low back into the wall means you're getting a pelvic tilt. So you're tilting it this direction, and that pulls your navel in towards the spine, which should flatten out the low back. That's the goal, is to try to get that low back flat. And then we're going to be feeling maybe some thing going on right here in the abdominal area. It's activating those muscles. And now we're going to take and just see if you can get your shoulders towards the wall at the same time. You're going to feel your low back start to arch. Really focus on pressing that low back to the wall. All right, so we're holding it here, and we're going to breathe through it for 4. Let's do 3 more. Nice big deep breath. Keep your low back pressed in. 2 more. And last one. Nice big deep breath. Keep that low back pressed in. And exhale. All right, now take your hands, cross one hand over to the opposite shoulder or just below the shoulder. So you have your hands crossed in front of you. Now we're going to do a little bit of a abdominal curl. So you've got your low back pressed into the wall, and then we're going to slowly curl forward by tucking the chin and then slowly rolling forward. So it's like doing a little curl like you would do on the floor, only we're using the wall. So I want you to keep your low back on the wall as long as you can until you get down to where it's just on your sacrum, and then squeeze like you're trying to pull your rib cage down towards your hip bones, trying to tuck your chin in towards your chest. And now let's roll it slowly back up. Then coming up, flat back. Good, let's do that again. So we start with the chin, tuck the chin down, roll forward, try to keep as much of your spine on the wall as you can, especially the low back. Then you gradually lift each vertebrae from top to bottom. It's just gradually rolling away from the wall till you get to the lowest point, and squeeze that chin in right there, hold it, and then slowly come back up. Good. All right, let's pick up the pace a little bit. So we're going to take this back down, tuck the chin, roll down, come to the bottom, slowly roll back up. All right, let's do a couple more of those. Roll it down. You should feel your abdominal muscles doing some work here, and then slowly roll back up. All right, one more. Let's make this a good one. Roll it down, tuck that chin, and come back up. Good, all righty. Let's go ahead and take those arms down, shake them out a little bit. And we're gonna now give our legs a little break. So if you have been down in a steeper squat, push yourself back up, and you're gonna just do an ankle roll. Kind of give your legs a little bit of a break here, and then go the other direction. And let's do the other leg. So little ankle roll there, and then go the other direction. All right, so let's get back into our position. We're not going to be here much longer. You don't have to go as deep if you don't want to, but you can still have your knees bent and low back pressed into the wall. And then the back of the shoulders are kind of reaching for the wall while you keep your low back pressed in. And now let's go ahead and take our arms. So we're putting the elbows close by, and then see if you can open this up. So the backs of your hands are now opening towards the wall. All right, keep that low back pressed in, and then press your arms up. So you're out here. You can go as far as a T, or you can even try to get up to the shape of a Y, which would be all the way up here. Now think about that low back. Is it still pressing into the wall? All right, now take your elbows, pull them down like you're going to make a really wide W right here. So you're making your wide W, keeping that low back pressed in. Now press it back out. You might not have your arms or your hands on the wall, but you're attempting to. So like, let's say my arms are all the way out here, not actually on the wall. I'm still attempting to reach for the wall with the back of my hand and the back of my forearm. Okay, let's bring it back down. Press it back up. You can either go to T or Y. Y would be up here. Revisit that low back. Make sure it's pressed into the wall. Now bring those elbows down. Y, W. Press back up. All right, let's do one more. Pull it in, squeeze it when you get to the bottom. Good, and press it up. Whew. All righty, let's bring those arms down, shake them out. You can press yourself off the wall. Take your arms and just let them dangle. All right, so now we're going to turn around and face the wall. I like this one because it's training the scapula, which are the shoulder blades, to stay in the right position, right above, right through the rib cage. So what you do is you take your hands and stand just far enough away from the wall that your arms will be straight, palms flat, and if you can't get flat palms for some reason, do a fist. And then what we're gonna do, you've got them shoulder height, then you're going to press your rib cage out away from the arm bone, and now let your rib cage sink in between the arm bones. So it's just a small movement. It's very, very small, but it's training a lot of little itty bitty muscles that control your shoulders. All right, let's go back in. So sink the rib cage, press the rib cage out and back. 4 more of those. Sink the rib cage and press it back. Keep going, sink the rib cage, press it back. Ooh, 2 more. Let it sink in. Really press it back. Last one, bring it in and press it back. Good, let your arms come down, shake them out, and we'll come back to the center of this room where we can do a little bit of cardio. So we'll just start out with the same movement we had earlier, which is your little tap side to side. So you're just tapping side to side. We're gonna go ahead and bring in those shoulder rolls again. Just alternating sides, rolling that shoulder up. Good. Now bring your elbow up. Nice big arm circle, elbows leading. 4, 3, 2. Now if you would like, straighten out your arms. See if you can get that nice big arm circle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's just swing them side to side. Just swinging side to side. If you are ready for this, you can add a little leg lift right here. So you're going to keep that core nice and tall. You're lifting through your rib cage just like we did on the wall, pulling that navel in towards the spine. Crown of the head's reaching for the sky. So all that core stays engaged. And now we're going to go ahead and put those hands back on the hips. Keep with the legs. Good. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now lift your heel up and back. Lift and lift and lift. All right, now we're going to add a little bicep curl with this. So you're going to bring your arms right up front and curl it and curl it. So you're just bicep curling at the same time lifting that heel. Good. Keep those elbows fairly close to the rib cage, shoulders down and back away from the ears. Let's go for 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Hands back on the hips. Let's change that foot. We're going to tap it out front. So tap the heel. Tap it and tap. Good. All right, now we're going to add the tricep press back with the arms. So the elbows come back and you press and press. Yep, so we're just going side to side, keeping those shoulders pressed down and away from the ears. All right, let's go for 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hands back on the hips and change that foot back. Now we're just going to tap side to side. Tapping side to side. Now we're going to take those arms out so you've got a 90-degree angle bent between those arms, and then we're going to lift up. So we go up and down, up and down. Good. Now if you want to make this a little more challenging, add the leg lift and not the tap. So we're just lifting those arms, no weights yet. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one right here. All right, let's bring those arms down, shake them out. We're going to revisit all of that. If you want to add weights, now's the time to do it. But we will slow it down for the weights. My chair seems to be in the way. All right, so let's go back, revisit our tap. And if you want to add the leg lift here, you can. It would be here. All right, and arms are down by the side to begin with for 4, 3, 2. Now add the hamstring curl, so you lift your heel. Now turn your palms forward and add a half count bicep curl. So that means half count up and down and up. And so you've got those weights in your hands, but your elbows are pinned alongside your ribs. Shoulders are pulling down and back away from the ears. And if you are not liking that hamstring curl and you just want to tap, you can do it here. Up and down, up. And you notice when we're not lifting the heel, you can go a little faster. So if you're going at a different pace than me, that's all right. All right, let's do 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Bring those arms down. And now tap your heel in front. And we're gonna take those elbows back, doing our triceps, so shoulders stay down and away from the ears. And then we're just gonna press the pinky side of the hand up. So you press, bring it in. Press, bring it in. Press, bring it in. Good. All right, we got 5 more. 5, and 4, and 3. Getting that heart rate up. 2, last one. Arms come down. And now we're just gonna tap it. Toe tap side to side. Arms bend 90 degrees. Shoulders down and back. Core nice and tall. And lift up to the side, half counts. So you go up and down. Up and down, good. Lift, lower, lift, lower. 5, and 4, 3, 2, last one. And bring your arms down by your side, march out your feet. Do a little shoulder roll, see how that feels, just to give yourself a little extra stretch right at the bottom. Ooh, good, all righty. So one more set with our dumbbells. We're just gonna do some basic bicep curls, tricep kickbacks, and the same arm lifts, but we're gonna change the feet a little bit. So we're gonna tap back with the right foot as we bicep curl. So you tap, now switch to left foot, and tap. Now you don't have to tap back. You could just stay stationary and do the curls. Or if you want to make it a little more challenging, you could take the tap back into a little bit of a lunge back. Good. All right, let's do a couple more. 2 more. We got 1 more. Good. And come on up. Now the triceps, so elbows back. And we're gonna tap it back again. So tap and press, bring it in, and press, bring it in. Add that little lunge if you're up for it, here, or here, or just stay in one spot, or just the tap. There's 3 different levels here. You get to choose which one's working for you today. All right, press, press. Couple more. Good. 1 more each side. And right here, bring those arms down, relax them. Last set with the dumbbells. Arms bend 90 degrees. Elbows stay down by the rib cage, but then we're gonna lift up 90 degrees to the side as we step out to the side. So it's a tap, bring it in. Step out. Now, if you want to make this a little more challenging, you can step it out into a side lunge where you're stepping one leg out a little further than the other and squatting down right there, or you can just tap it, which is here. Tap. Couple more. Whew. Good. Let's do 1 more on each side. And last one. Excellent. Arms come down. Let's roll those shoulders. Get that nice stretch at the bottom. Let those weights just pull down through the arms, allowing those shoulders to relax. Good. Set the weights down now. Excellent. All righty. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some core exercises. So we're going to start with the chair. So there's 2 or 3 different ways you can do this. So this core exercise can be done from the back of the chair, or it can be done from the seat. But I'll show you from the back, and then we'll progress it to the seat. So from the back of your chair, you just face the chair here. Hands are just far enough in front of you that you can straighten your arms out. And you want to get up nice and tall through your spine, and you know your chair is there. And I want everybody to get their feet about hip width distance apart, toes straight ahead, knees straight ahead. And then we're going to take in that nice big deep breath that we reach up with. Inhale. And now as you exhale, bring your arms down and then reach for your chair. Good. Now take your right leg, extend it behind you, and then lift it up, keeping your core engaged right here. You're just lifting up the right leg right now. You got that right leg. Now see if you can take your left arm and reach it out. You're going to extend the fingertips away from the heel, pulling the navel up and in towards the spine. And now see if you can tip this more forward. So your fingertips and your heel stay in one straight line. You're engaging through your core, keeping your hips and your chest level to the floor. And then let's come back up. Let's tip it one more time. So you can tip it part way, or you can tip it a little further. You just want to keep everything in alignment. Toes to heel. All right, let's bring it back. And set that arm down. Taking another nice big deep breath, reach up. Exhale, arms come down. Reach for your chair. Left leg will come up now. Get it up behind you, flex your foot, and then reach out with the opposite arm. Right arm, left leg, and then you're going to tip it. So you're just tipping, keeping those fingertips reaching out away. Heel is reaching the opposite direction. And pull the navel into the spine. Make sure your hips are level to the floor. Bring it back. Good. Now let's tip it again. So you're going to tip it. And press the heel out away from the fingertips. Pull that navel into the spine. And come back up. Good. Arm down. Let's take in another nice big deep breath. Reach up. Inhale. Exhale. Arms come down. Reach for your chair. Go back to the first side you started on, but so if it's right arm, left leg, or left leg, right arm, bring them out, do your tip. Now while you're in your tip, see how much balance you have from there. You might only be tipped this far, that's okay. And then see if you can take some of the weight off of your hand while you're kind of standing there, supporting yourself on one leg. Good. All right, let's all come back down. Do it one more time. Tip. See if you can support yourself, even if you just lighten the weight that you have your hand on that seat back. And hold it. All right, let's all come back. Arm comes down. Nice big deep breath. Reach up. Inhale. Exhale. Arms come down. Reach for your seat. Now we'll do the opposite side. So extend opposite leg, opposite arm. Start to tip forward. See if you can get to a little bit deeper level, and then see if you can let go of the chair with your hand, or even just bring it just so you're holding on with maybe your fingertips, or balancing yourself without hanging on at all. All right, let's all come back up. One more time. Tip it forward, hinging, leg lifts, arm comes out, extending, pulling that navel into the spine. Good. All right, let's come back down. Arm comes down, nice big deep breath, reach up, inhale. Exhale, arms come down. All right, so the next phase that we're gonna do with this is gonna be the ones where we extend the arm and the leg, and then we do this crunch and reach. So if you wanna switch it to doing it from the seat, flat seat, you can do it from here. You get just a little more resistance the further down you go. So you get to choose whether you use the back of the seat, or now if you want to use the flat part of the seat. So nice big deep breath in, reach up, inhale. Exhale, arms come down, and as we exhale, we hinge forward from the hips. Hands come to either the seat or the back of the seat. Extend out right arm, left leg. We're already in this bent over position, and now we're going to tuck the chin down as we pull the elbow and the knee in. Try to round through your back, crunching in, and then extending out tall. Lengthen and crunch it in. Now lengthen, reaching, and now crunch it in. Reach it out, press through the heel, bring it back in, crunch, extend. We got 3 more of these. Pull it in, crunch it, extend it. 2 more, pull it in. Extend 1 more time, pull it in, and extend. Good. Let's set the hand down, foot down. Soften through your knees. Those of you that have your hands on the seat, rock your weight back in your heels. Look up, chest up, hands to your heart center, and then press all the way up. Inhale, nice big deep breath. Reach up, look up. And exhale, arms come down. And hip hinge, we're gonna do the other side. So hands to the seat. And now opposite arm, opposite leg. So if you were right, left last time, do left, right. Bring it up. And tuck your chin as you pull your elbow down toward your knee. Press through your palm of your hand, crunch it here. Now extend out long. Keep that navel pulling in towards your spine the whole time. Curl it in, press it out. Good, nice extension. Now curl it in, squeeze it here, extend it out. Pull it in again, squeeze it in, press it out, extend that heel, bring it in. Got 3 more, pull it in, press it out, pull it in, press it out. 1 more, squeeze it in, really curl it in this time, and now press it out. Good, hand down, foot down. Those of you with your hands on the seat, rock your weight back into your heels, bend through your knees, chest lifts, eyes lift. We're in a little squat here, now hands to heart center, and then press up, reach up, inhale, and exhale, arms come down. All right, last thing we're gonna do is gonna be the rainbows. So same thing applies. You can either use the seat or you can use the back of the seat. So for my rainbows today, I'm going to show you how to do them from the back of the seat, but it would be very similar to doing it from the seat. It's just when you're from the seat, flatter, you're going to work a lot harder. So from here, we're going to stand up nice and tall, take it your nice big deep breath, reach up, inhale, exhale, arms come down, reach for your chair or hip hinge forward if you're using the seat. And then you're going to hinge forward just like you did earlier, lifting one leg. So here we are, and then you're going to take that leg that's lifted, you're going to bring it across the back of you, tap it down, and if you can even look over towards it, see if you can see that toe. It's going to stretch out the side of your body. Right now, lift it up and bring it up behind you, and then bring it out to the other side. All right, so these are rainbows. We're bringing it up as high as you can, while keeping your hips level to the floor. Tap it to the other side. Bring it up, tap it down. Bring it up. You got to keep the hips level and keep your leg extended. You should be working your glute right here. You're lifting through the glute. If you don't want to be quite so bent over, you don't have to be. You can come up a little bit, do it from up here. The key is to keep your abdominal muscles engaged by pulling that navel in towards the spine. All right, we only got 2 more of these. Bring it up and over, up and over. 1 more time, take it all the way up, then over, and bring it back. And set it down. Good, all right, set your foot down. Ooh, good job. Now, just to give our legs a little bit of a break, we're gonna alternate lifting 1 toe, keeping your heel down, and then rock through, switch it to the other side. So we're just rocking side to side, lifting the toe, switch feet, lift the toe, switch feet, lift the toe. Okay, 1 more time, each foot lift, other foot lift. All right, now let's go back and do those again on the other side. So if you had your right leg lifted, now it would be your left. So we're gonna lift up. Remember, you can maintain up here. You just want to have your fingertips extended away from your heel, or you can hip hinge a little further. So let's take that leg, bring it across so that you can see it. Look over towards it, feel that stretch through the side of your body. All right, now bring your leg up and tap it down. Bring it up. And if you want to keep one hand or both hands down on your chair, you can, or you can try to do the version with the arm elevated. Much harder to do it with the arm up. And down, or the arm could be here, so you're tapping the toe, raising the leg into your rainbow, tapping it to the other side, raising it up, crossing to the other side, raising it up, crossing it over, raising it up. We only have 3 more to go, so let's lift it over to the other side, raise it up, set it down. 2 more, raise it up, down, up. Last one right here. Let's get it up there, nice tall rainbow, set it down, rainbow back up, set it down there, and then bring your feet together. Now, if you're doing this from the seat, You're going to bend your knees, rock your weight back into your heels, lift your chest and eyes, hands to heart center, and then stand up nice and tall. Let's reach up, take in your big deep breath. This time as you exhale, bring your arms down halfway. So you're going to stop halfway, so you've got that nice open chest, and then look up if you can towards the sky. And see if you can get just a little deeper into this, but be mindful of your neck. And let's take in another nice big deep breath, reaching up overhead. Now this time, exhale, hands down in front. Good job. All right, so we shall do some more strength training for legs and for your obliques, basically your waist. So what we'll do is we'll use our chair if you need it, but you don't have to use it. And you're going to turn and face the chair and get yourself into a lunge. So we start in a lunge or a nice staggered stance. And then we're going to take the leg that's in the back and rotate it. So you've got your 90-degree angle, or maybe just slightly less than 90 degrees. And then this knee is going that way. So right here, this is a stretch. So opening up through the hips. And then we want to pull that navel up and in, keep a nice straight spine. And then we're going to take the arm that's in front. So to say you got your left leg here, you take your left arm, or vice versa. And you're going to take that left arm, and you're going to reach out as though you're reaching to grab something with a flat hand facing up. All right. And now we're going to go ahead and take the other hand, reach it out to the opposite side, and see if you can go just a little further. And now bring that right arm, if it's your right arm, reach it up to the sky, and then you're going to grab a beach ball. So now we all have a beach ball, which you're pinching, you're pressing in on that beach ball. It's imaginary, of course, but pressing in on it, and then we're going to bring it up and over. So you're going to press it to the other side, and bring it back up and over. And your beach ball is just being pressed in by your hands while you're basically pulling your shoulders down away from your ears. So if you're finding that your elbows are really close to your ears, you're going to want to pull your shoulders down away from the ears a little bit. All right, let's do 3 more. So you're reaching with that beach ball, pulling it up and over. Now we're going to reach again with that beach ball. 2, bring it up and over. All right, we got 1 more of these. So reach with that beach ball. Good. Now take it back up and over, and then release the beach ball. Arms come down. Switch your foot. So now this foot will be going straight ahead. This foot's going to be going out to the side. So now we're going to see if we can get this opening sensation here. You should be getting a little stretching. This side's harder for me. This leg seems to always be tighter. You're going to get into this position where you're opening this up here, pressing this apart as best you can, and then doing your pelvic tilt so you get a nice straight spine. I look crooked, but I think it's my camera. I don't know. All right, so now we're going to be in this position. You're going to reach out with that arm, palm faces the sky, and then shift your weight a little bit. So you're actually reaching for something with that arm. Bring the other arm up. They're both facing the sky. Make sure that your chest is rotated forward, and then bring the hands together. You got the beach ball now. Got that beach ball. We're going to take that beach ball just a little deeper. All right, now let's bring it up and over. And bring it back. So we're reaching and pressing in on that pretend beach ball as we support ourselves with our legs. So reach over again, and up and over. 4 more. Press in on that beach ball. Chest goes forward. So you don't want your chest to lean towards the floor. You want your chest to go forward. And let's do it again. Reach up and over. And we got 1 more. So you're going to bring that beach ball back, and then you're going to bring it over the top and release the beach ball. Arms can come down and around. Good. All right. So let's go ahead and turn both feet straight ahead. So now we're going to have wide stance, toes going straight ahead. I think my camera's at an angle. There, I look more square. Now, you guys are looking at me. It looks like I have 1 foot all tweaked, which you don't want 1 foot tweaked. So both toes straight ahead, a little wider than your hips. And then we're going to reach up for our star. So a star just means you're reaching those fingertips up, and you're pressing the fingertips out and away. And then we're going to look up to the sky, taking a nice big deep breath. And exhale, now bring your arms down. So we're gonna revisit where we have those 90-degree bends. And then you can, if this is comfortable for you with your legs, toe your toes out a little bit and see if you can soften through your knees and come into a goddess pose. So goddess would be where your knees are bent, but they're going the same direction as your toes. And then your arms are bent 90 degrees. Then we're gonna press back up to our star. So we press up to the star, reach up. Now taking a nice big deep breath, look up. And then exhale, come back down into your goddess. Right here. Let's do it again. Reach up, inhale, look up. Exhale, bring it back down. All right, now from here, stay in your goddess. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back just a little more than you were. Think about pulling that navel in just a little more than you were. And now we're gonna add a little tip. So go to the right side, you're just gonna tip right, come back to center, tip left. Come back up to center, tip right. Good, come back up to center, tip left. Back up, tip right. And up. All right, we just have one more on each side. So tip it, come up, tip it, and back up. Nice centered. Arms come down, straighten out your legs, and you can walk your feet back in towards each other. Roll out your ankles if that feels good. And now we shall do our balance. So balance and stretching, take your shoes and socks off. And we are going to use the sock today, unless you really don't want to, you don't have to. But it does help strengthen the arch of the foot to have something to grab with your toes. So sock is always a good option since we are taking them off and they're readily available. So have your socks out somewhere just in front of you where you'll be able to grab them with your toes. And then have your chair handy so you can use it if you need it for stability. But we're going to start out by just standing up nice and tall without hanging onto the chair. Just make sure it's close by. And you're going to get up in your nice tall standing position and then shift your weight over to the left leg and bend through the right. So you can start out by just putting a little bit of weight on the toe beds of that foot and then pull yourself up as tall as you can. See if you can reach out now and pick up your sock with your toes. All right, while you're standing on one leg, see if you can lift that up. So once you get a hold of your sock, lift your leg up to a bent knee, 90-degree bend. See if you can balance from there. Like I said, if you have your chair handy, you can always use it. So we're just balancing from here, holding on to our sock. If you can't hold on to the sock, you can go ahead and not try the sock anymore. Just lift your leg up the way we have it here with the 90-degree bend. And then we're going to see if we can straighten out the leg and bend it back in. So whatever you want to do with your hands, some people like the heart center. I know I do. It seems to balance me out. Obviously it didn't that time, but you're just going to keep repeating this. Standing up nice and tall, extending your leg, bending it back in, extending your leg. You can always use your chair if you need to. I seem to need it today. Extend. So we're also strengthening these muscles in the quadricep right here, strengthening the muscles in the arch of that foot, strengthening right through this part of the hip that's supporting us, and your core. If you're using your core to keep yourself upright. Okay, let's just do 2 more of these leg extensions. And 1 more. Good. Let's set the sock down and go to the other leg. So make sure that sock's handy. Standing on one leg, get up nice and tall. You're going to shift the weight over to, now would be your right leg. Lift up through your left leg. See if you can grab a hold of that sock. Just trying to grab it as part of the exercise because you're using a lot of muscles in the bottom of that foot. So once you grab it, then you're going to pick it up. And if you can't pick it up, you can just give up and just bring your leg up. So bring your leg up 90 degrees, standing up nice and tall. Then you're going to extend through that leg, curl it back in, extend through that leg, curl it back in. Good. Extend and curl. And extend. You have that chair there if you need it. Curl, extend. 4 more. 4. Whoops. 3, 2, 1 more. And drop your sock if you haven't already and bring your foot down. Excellent. All right. We're going to do something similar, only we're going to take our leg behind us. So you can either use the sock or not. this time. The whole point in using the sock is to strengthen all these little itty bitty muscles under here that support you and your balance. So if you want to give up on the sock, you can, but if you want to give it a shot, pick up the sock again using that leg that we started with. So picking it up best as you can, use those muscles there. I got a good grip on mine. Then I'm going to bend my knee with my foot behind me and do a little hamstring curl. So I'm going to extend and curl, extend and curl. Now I'm going to see if I can do it without hanging on. Woo. Staying up nice and tall. You can hang on if you need to, but we're working the back of that leg and all the muscles through the arch of the foot. Let's do 3 more. Curl it up, 3, lower it, 2, lower it. 1 more time. Good. Bring that sock back, set it down, and we'll switch to the other foot. So work on grabbing that sock with those muscles through the toes and the arch. And even if you can't grab it, just attempt to. It's working a lot of muscles. And then once you feel like you've got a hold of it, then pick it up, bend your knee, bring your leg behind you, and then we're going to extend the leg and then curl it up. See, if you want to attempt it, you can try to do these without hanging onto the chair. Totally your call. Let's bring it back up. And we got 5 more. So curl, extend. 4, make sure you're pulling your navel up into your spine. That'll give you the support you need through your core. 2, last one. Good. Bring that sock back and set it down. All right, so that was some good strengthening exercises for the feet. Now we're going to test it out, see what our balance is like. So we're just going to go into doing a tree. So stand up nice and tall. You can have your hands on your hips. You can have your hands at heart center, wherever you would like to begin. If you feel that you need to hang onto your chair, it's always there accessible for you, but attempt to do these with your hands, hips or heart center. Start out nice and tall, pulling your kneecaps up, tucking your tailbone under slightly, pulling your navel up and in towards your spine, crown of the head reaches for the sky, and shift your weight over to the left leg first, or right leg bends. You can put a little weight on the toe bed, and then rotate your leg out. So you're going to rotate that leg out and then press your foot right up into that calf. Those of you that are super good at this, you can always bring your leg up, put it up in your inner thigh, but you never want it right on your knee. You want it somewhere below or above the knee. And from here, if you would like to grow some branches, take your arms out. I'm having a hard time with this leg today, but take your arms out, grow some branches. And those of you that have that down, go ahead and look up to the sky. It'll make it just a little more challenging. And then you could always close your eyes. A couple nice big deep breaths from here. All right, and when you're ready, hands back down to heart center and step it down. Good, all right, let's switch to the other foot. Standing up nice and tall, get everything anchored down, and then shift the weight slightly over to the left leg, or vice versa. I don't remember which leg I started on, but it would be the opposite leg of what you just did. And put a little weight on your toe bed, and rotate your foot and your knee and everything out to the side. You can set it up here on the inside of your calf if that's comfortable for you. Hands could be at heart center, or they can be down on your hips. And lift everything up to the sky, rooting down through the earth with that foot, pulling that navel up and in towards the spine. When you're ready, you could grow your branches. And then you could even look up. And if you'd like, you could close your eyes. We're going to hold it here for 4 breaths. And go ahead when you're ready, bring your hands back down to heart center. Step it down, good, all right. Let's give our legs a little stretch, a little bit of our upper body too. So starting with, let's do your right leg behind your left. You're gonna try to get them side by side, both going straight ahead. And you wanna make sure you're trying to get your feet flat. So don't let your ankle curl like that. If your ankle has to curl like that, bring your foot back a little bit. We wanna have that foot flat. to the ground. You want to have them fairly close together, but if that's impossible, just work towards it. So feet flat, stand up nice and tall. We're going to take that arm of the, so if you have your left leg behind you, you'd lift your left arm, or vice versa, and you're going to reach for the sky. And then we're just going to tip over opposite direction, feeling that stretch through the side of the body. And if you want to increase that stretch just a little bit more, turn and look up towards your elbow on that side, and just let your weight shift just a little bit more out to the side of the leg that's behind you. You'll feel a little deeper stretch. Just taking a nice big deep breath from here. One more time, see if you can get a little deeper, a little longer, a little straighter. Exhale, good. Let's bring that arm back down. And now switch legs. So you can switch sides of the chair if you need the support, or you could attempt to do these without the support. Your feet are side by side, feet are flat to the ground. That front knee is going to have a little bit of a bend in it. That's okay. Standing up nice and tall. So if you got your right leg behind you, bring your right arm up, or vice versa. Reach for the sky, and then you're going to tip over, leaning to the opposite side. And then if you want to make this a little deeper, look up towards your elbow. And then you can even sink into that hip on the outer side just a little deeper if you'd like. Nice big deep breath. And another nice big deep breath, inhale. And as you exhale, go ahead and bring it back up and arm down. All righty, let's face our chair from the side. Bring up the foot closest to the back of the seat. And we're going to stretch out our hip flexor and quadriceps. So knee stays above the ankle to begin with. Toes are both going straight ahead. Nice tall spine. And then we're going to bring it forward. So the stretching here should be in the back of this leg, up into what would be your hip flexor right here. If this is really hard for you, you can always put a little bend in your knee, and that's okay. If you want to start there and then work, see the goal is to keep that kind of flat back here where you got a pelvic tilt, and then try to straighten your knee up. And if you can do that and your knees straight, your heels touching the ground, and you're feeling a stretch, but you want to go a little deeper, then you engage this glute, and that'll let you come down just a little bit deeper here. And then you should really feel this stretching all the way through this part of the leg here. Let's take it for 4 breaths. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now press back, and you're going to straighten out the leg that's up and anchor your heel down with the toes going up to the sky. And then return to a nice tall straight position. And then we're going to hinge from the hip, pressing the chest forward, stretching down through those quadriceps right down into probably the calf if you've got your toes pointing to the sky. And we're going to hold it here. You can even reach out for your toes a little bit if you want. Reach out for your toes. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and come back up. Let's go back into our hip flexor stretch. So coming back this direction. And by now you should know about where you're at. If you need to bend your knee, go for it. If you feel like you need to go a little deeper, engage your glute, go just a little deeper. Let's bring up that arm. So if your right leg's back, bring your right arm up. Reach it up, extend it away from the heel. So you're reaching away. Then you can actually rotate it open just a little bit by looking up towards that elbow. They'll make it go just a tiny bit deeper. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that arm back down. Set back. Straighten out your leg. Go to the sky. Nice tall spine. And then we're going to hinge forward. Reaching out for your toes. This time, when you reach out for your toes, I'm going to allow everybody to soften their backs, rounding forward, tucking the chin under, allowing yourself to just roll down into it, feeling that stretch into the hamstring, maybe even into your low back at this point. And holding it there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Coming slowly back up. Nice. Let's switch legs. So we'll go to the other side of the chair, facing the seat, foot comes up. Toes need to be straight ahead, going the same direction. And then we're just going to come down, see where that stretch is at. Right here. If you can go deeper, take it deeper. If you need to bend your knee, in order to really feel the stretch here, that's okay. But then your goal is to gradually try to straighten out that knee and get the heel down. And once you're there, then you can engage this glute, and then you're going to get a little bit deeper even right here. Let's hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now press back, straighten out that leg, anchor the heel, nice straight spine, hinge from the hip. We're going to press forward with the chest. And you get to a certain point, if you want to reach for your toes, you can. We're not curving the back yet, though. We're just reaching for the toes. There should be a pretty good stretch in your hamstring. And for many of you, all the way down, maybe even behind the knee slightly and into your calf. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up. Flatten that foot out. Come back into your hip flexor. Stretch. Remember, you can always bend your knee here if you need to. The goal is to feel the stretch here. So if you're feeling anything kind of wonky and you need to bend your knee, that's fine. The goal is to just gradually straighten out the knee, getting the heel pressed to the ground behind. And now from here, let's go ahead and raise up an arm. You can engage through your glute muscle too. That'll let you drop a little further. And reaching those fingertips out away from the heel. If you want to go a little deeper, look up towards your elbow. Get that little rotation in here. And let's hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the arm down and press back. One more time, lift the toes up, straighten out your leg. Starting with a straight spine, pressing through the chest and coming down just far enough that you're going to try to reach the toes. You might not reach them, that's okay. You get to that level where you feel like it's as far as you can go, then you can soften your back and round forward towards your leg. Then it's going to change that stretch. You're going to feel it in the back of the leg, but you're also probably going to feel it up into your low back and maybe your glute a little bit. And hold it there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's bring it back up. And bring the foot to the floor. All right. Let's have a seat in the chair. So come around to the front of the chair. But don't sit until we all sit together. If you're already seated, we're going to do a couple squats. Squats are really good because they work your whole entire body, basically from shoulder to ankle. So stand in front of your chair. We're going to start out by doing a nice squat. So those of you that want to make it a little more challenging, reach your arms up overhead and have your hands extending to the sky. If you're not ready for that, you can always put your hands at heart center. Then we're going to hip hinge forward. So wherever you are with your arms, you can either reach up or have them at heart center. Once you've hip hinged from the hips, then you start to press the weight behind you as you soften through your knees. Then you slowly lower yourself into your chair. Now pull your navel into your spine here. Weight should be kind of shifted back into your heels, and we're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now everybody come back up. Inhale. Arms can come down. Let's do it again. Nice big deep breath. Reach up. Inhale. Hands can either be extended up or back down to heart center. Hip hinge. And now soften through the knees as you press the weight back behind you. You should be hovering over your chair. The knees don't come forward. The butt goes back. Weights in the heels. Pull the navel into the spine. Let's hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do that one more time. Come on up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Either leave your hands there or bring them to heart center. Hinge from the hip. Shift your weight back into your heels. Knees start to soften as you hover over your chair. Chest stays lifted. Right here, you're pulling that navel into your spine. Let's hold it. This time, let's do it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a seat all the way down. Good. All right, so now we're in our seat. Now we'll do our figure 4 stretch. So come to the front edge of your seat and bring one leg up. Set your ankle up on top of your thigh, above your knee. Now, this is all you can do is get your leg up there. You might feel like this is it right there. So the goal is to get a straight spine while you're here. So to get your leg up, in order to push it down, if you have to curl into it, then don't do that part. Just stay up tall. And if you can keep a tall spine and press down a little bit on your thigh and still feel like you can go a little deeper, then you can hinge forward from the hip. And then you're going to get that stretch back into the outer hip on that leg that's up. So you can just press that chest forward, relax into this, nice big deep breaths. And again, another nice big deep breath. All right, and then slowly just start to bring yourself back up to a tall seated position, and we'll switch legs. So bring the other foot up, set that ankle on that thigh. Remember, get the tall spine first. All right, so for me, this is my tougher leg. So sometimes just getting my tall spine, I feel the stretch already. And then for those of you that want to go a little deeper, you get your tall spine and then you can press your leg down. And if you have more to give, a little more stretching that you want to get out of this, then you would hinge forward from the hip, pressing your chest forward, keeping your tall spine. Good. And holding it here for a couple nice big deep breaths. And again, another nice big deep breath. All right, and then on the next breath, go ahead and slowly roll yourself back up. And both feet to the floor. Put both hands alongside your hips so that your fingertips are kind of going down over the edge of your seat. Straighten out your arms. Sit up nice and tall. And then we're just going to press the shoulders down away from the ears as we lift the chest to the sky. You should feel like a really good stretch across the front of the chest and into the shoulders, maybe even through your arms. Taking a nice big deep breath. And then exhale. See if you can go just a little deeper, look a little higher. All right, one more time. Nice big deep breath. Push up a little higher. And this time when you exhale, go ahead and come back forward. Head comes down. And go all the way to the back of your chair. So we're going all the way to the back of the chair. So your backrest is here. You're going to be able to rest your back right into that backrest. And arms out to the side. We're going to do a little stretch through the arms. So reach those hands out, just like we started class, where you're reaching those hands out to the side. And then you're going to press your palms out. Good. Now let's press the palms in. So you're going to do the opposite. You're pressing them in. Now press them back up and out. Good. Let's do that one more time. Pull those fingers down and under. Excellent. And now bring your hands out just flat. Turn your palms back to the front. Hands behind your head. So this time we get to relax. So now you're going to let your head be heavy. Cradle your head with your hands. And then open up those elbows as wide as you can and let your weight just rest into the back of the seat as you look up to the sky. The goal here is to get a stretch through the chest and through the arms and to relax that front of the body right here. And the backrest is doing a lot of the work for you, so there shouldn't be a lot of effort. Taking a nice big deep breath. And exhale, relax into it a little deeper. One more time, nice big deep breath. Exhale, see if you can relax a little deeper. Good, now let's come back up to a tall seated position, bringing those elbows with you alongside your ears. And then we're gonna curl those elbows down towards the ears, or towards the knees. And just curl yourself into a little ball here. And nice big deep breath. And as you exhale, slowly roll yourself back up. And arms come down by your side. All right, that's it for today.